Okay, I want to introduce you to a couple of terms involved in navigation. The first is bearings. Let's suppose that we have a couple of ships out at sea, let's say, and ship B is bearing 30 degrees from ship A. So B is bearing 30 degrees from A. Now, here's what, so I've kind of drawn a picture here. Here's A and here's B. Here's what this means. Notice that A has the word from in front of it. That means that A is going to be like at the origin here of an axis. So when I see this, I take A and put it here at the origin and draw an axis through it. And this right here is north. Okay, so right up here is north. When we say bearing 30 degrees from A, what we're talking about is when we make this axis through A, like I did here, and then we make an angle with the vertical axis here, this angle is 30 degrees. That's what that means. When we say B is bearing 30 degrees from A, that's exactly what we're talking about. Now, so it always is from the north, and it may be a little confusing because notice we're rotating clockwise. With bearings, we rotate clockwise to get positive angles. Okay, so this is a little different than we're used to. Now let's turn it around and let's say that A is bearing blank from B. So let's turn it around. And I've got to find the bearing. So I'm given this bearing. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, now the from is in front of the B this time, so I make an axis here. Okay. I just make an axis, and this, of course, is north. So now the axis is through the B. And we rotate around like this. We come over here. And I need to figure out what that angle is. Well, this is going to be 180 degrees, right? So that's 180 degrees. And then this is 30, so it looks like this is 30 as well. See, I've got parallel lines here. See, these opposite angles, alternate interior angles, I guess it would be, plus 30. Okay, and that's going to be 110 degrees. Yeah. So what we've got is it's bearing 110 degrees. So A is bearing 110 degrees from B. And that's bearing. Now, we also can talk about the direction. Okay, the direction. So sometimes you'll see something like this. You'll see north, and then maybe you'll have 30 degrees east. Okay, like this. North, 30 degrees east. Or 30 degrees east of north is one way we could read that. Well, this is what that would look like. You can draw your axis, and notice you have north, south, east, and west. So it's north is first, so we go on the north axis, and we want to go 30 degrees in the east direction. So that's what that would be. 30 degrees east of north. Now let's suppose we have south 30 degrees west. Well, let's see what that would look like. So we draw our axis once again, and we have north, east, west, and south. So we start with the south, okay, and we want to go 30 degrees toward the west. So it would be this angle here. So south, and then we're wondering, from south, do we go east or west? Well, 30 degrees toward the west. So we do our rotation from this south, from this vertical axis, 30 degrees up toward the west. But we're always going from the vertical axis. See, here we start up here at the north, and we rotate clockwise here, 30 degrees. Here, we're still on the vertical axis, but we're down here at the south. And we rotate 30 degrees toward the west. We could have said 30 degrees east, and then we would rotate over here. But here we're talking about direction, and generally when we're talking about bearings, we always work from the north, like this one.